This is Izzy My name is Reid Nelson. This is This Week in Rec. Sweet 16 edition, Elite 8 prediction segment. I don't think we're going to touch on all 8 games tonight, but where would you like to start?
A lot of games were close tonight, as predicted by us yesterday.
By you.
We're a team.
Sure.
The only game that I'm surprised wasn't closer was the Bulls and the Nets. I thought the Bulls would win. That's the only game I got wrong, I believe. And the Bulls just couldn't make a shot. I don't necessarily think that the Nets played good defense. A lot of open shots. Michael Franklin went 6 for 6 from deep in the first game.
12 for 17 from the field.
And I don't even know if he made a 3 in the second game. He was just off, which is kind of, I don't know how that works, but.
Well, he's not, I don't look at him as like a pure three-point shooter, but going 6 for 6, I mean, I guess numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
Or ball don't lie, as they say.
I think it's ball don't lie. We'll have to ask Jay Moore. With a guy like Franklin, those are the guys that you want shooting because they take the rest of the guys out of rhythm. But when you go 6 for 6, whatever. I mean, let him keep going. But
the biggest upset of the night, maybe. Now, you predicted it. But Red Devils over them. Them was really giving it their best at the end. They really wanted to advance, obviously. Is their franchise cursed? Or I mean, because they got a really bad draw. A 2-15 against the Red Devils, that's a bad draw. I mean, they beat the 14 Killer Bees. Who's the 13 seed?
13 seed is the Killer Bees.
13 seed is Killer Bees. So they beat the 13 seed. Who was the 14 seed? They would have.
Oh, they
you know
would
what I'm saying?
Yeah. The 14 seed was the Good Thumpers. No, sorry, 14 was the Killer Bees. 13 were Good Thumpers.
So I mean, they'd be favored in both of those matchups. They get the tough draw with the Red Devils. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, they'd be favored against the 16 seed Big Smash as well. So tough one.
Yeah, it comes down to experience. Red Devils are built. I mean, defensive teams are built for one game elimination. Them actually do play great defense, but they just don't have the experience on the stretch. A lot of bad decisions on their part, and that's why I kind of predict them to lose. One of their players I spoke to yesterday actually was surprised that I thought the Red Devils would win. They didn't think there was a chance that they would lose, and I think when you go 6-2 and you feel really good and you beat that team in the regular season, it's completely different. Same thing with the Blue Horns last season, as an example. They beat us by 20 in the regular season, the Gorillas. We got into the playoffs and we beat them by 20. So it's a different animal.
So Broncos over Squires, I predicted this to be probably the game of the night. I didn't see it, but Mike Morris hits a 3 with about 35 seconds left. We have that video. We're running it right now. And they're able to hold on. Apparently the Squires weren't able to get a shot off at the end there. Can the Broncos beat the Avengers tomorrow night?
Yes, they can. Here's why. The Avengers are going to be playing the 9:30 game. I did the 6:30, 9:30 tonight, and it's not easy to do. So Derek and Helmy and Chris are going to be doing the 6:30, 9:30 tomorrow. The Broncos don't have any overlaps in the playoffs. It's going to be tough. But their size matches up so well with the Avengers, and as long as they can cover the perimeter shots, they can definitely win that game.
So that's game one. Who do you have in that game?
Honestly, I want the Avengers to win because they're my guys. But if I were to put money on it, I would take the plus 180 in this game and make $180 on my $100 investment. And I'm gonna pick the Broncos purely based on the fact that you're gonna have tired legs going into a game against the Broncos, who are hungry, I think, and they played really well against the Squires. I think the Avengers are better than the Squires, but them being a little out of gas might hurt them. And I'm going on a long shot here. I'm picking the Broncos.
I love the Broncos. I love how they grew their team organically. I love their jerseys. They're pretty nice, cool guys. I mean, I have a lot of friends in the Avengers as well, but I think it would be cool to see the Broncos win. I just think it would be cool to get some fresh meat into the Final Four. That'd be awesome. All right, the one-seeded Turtles, who ran up the score on Big Smash tonight, won by 20, 21, I think. They're going to play the Nets in a classic Fridley battle. I believe the Turtles won the game earlier this season, and I don't think it was even close, was it?
No, it was a blowout.
What do you have in this game and why? 1-9.
The Turtles. I don't want people to think that just because the Nets won by double digits tonight to get over the Bulls that they're all of a sudden turning the corner. If anybody was watching that game, they didn't play that well. I mean, Keelan played much better than he has in the past. Very active. I think all those guys. Sonny made some threes. Nice to have Marcus there, but their defense was horrible tonight, and the Bulls couldn't make them pay. They haven't played good defense the whole season. So holding the Bulls North into 42 points isn't necessarily good defense. Bulls North can't shoot either. But if they play that way against the Turtles tomorrow, the Turtles will shoot them out of the gym. And I think that I just don't think they're going to bring the defense. I hope Jay Moore turns around. I'd love to see the Nets go back. I would, honestly, if the Gorillas or 5-5 don't win, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Moore win a title. He's the least gracious winner of all time, but it'd be great for the league if Jay Moore won it.
You think so?
Yeah, because then he'd be back. He'd be feeling great. His calf wouldn't hurt him all of a sudden. He'd feel great. And I like Jay Moore.
You think he's making up his injuries?
For now.
Okay, the Tropics get their first ever franchise playoff win along with the Broncos tonight. They're the 6th seed, correct? Or are they the 11?
11.
They're the 11 seed. They're going to take on the 3-seeded Gorillas. This is a rematch from last week, I believe, where the Tropics won, correct? The Gorillas won. Take us through this game, your game plan specifically, so Anton can prepare.
Well, I wanted to see the Blue Horns, to be honest. Tropics are a good, solid team. Tyler being there may or may not benefit them, and here's why. Tyler can't shoot the perimeter shot, so we can put Helmy and Twan on him, and we don't have to be honest with him. If he's not playing, all the rest of the guys are threats to go off from deep. So having Helmy and Twan out there, they can't protect the rim, and they can't be down there for rebounds. They have to be guarding those guys in the perimeter. So it's actually not really – it's more of a blessing if he shows up. I think if he plays in that first game, I think the Gorillas win by more than 1 point. I think the Tropics definitely could have won that game and arguably should have won that game. Wallace has been shooting great. Mitch is a great scorer. Even High can shoot the three. Dustin's great to have as their point guard, get everybody open. But I think that the Gorillas, when it comes down to it, if they play with the intensity that they've played with the past couple weeks, they'll do enough to win that game. And it'll be close, 2 possessions. I'd say Gorillas by 6.
One of my favorite parts of the playoffs is when storied franchises from each league face off against each other for, I believe, the first time. Now, tomorrow night it's Fob 5 versus the Red Devils, correct? My brain is scrambling right now.
It is Fob 5 versus...
Fob 5 versus the Red Devils. This is their first meeting?
No. We back when we made that miraculous Final Four run, we beat them in the... They were the 2 seed, I believe, and we were the 15 seed. Oh, no. They were the 7 seed, and we were the 15 seed, and we beat them in the Elite 8 to make the Final Four. So
second meeting.
Second meeting. I hate picking both of my teams to win, just because it kind of makes me a little nervous. But if I was betting, I'd bet that Fob would win that game. And the only reason is Dustin. I think Dustin DuPont, as long as he's not too tired from the Gorillas game, I think that he could make the difference for Fob 5. Because nobody can really keep up with him. Ben's not going to keep up with him. Paul's not going to keep up with him. So if he can get them going, if he can put pressure on them, fall into turnovers, they don't have the guys that can really shoot them back into the game. So if they get down 15, 20 points, they're going to have to hope that Fob miss all their shots. But when you have Wiskus and Cody, Casey, myself, Junius, we can all shoot. Dustin can shoot. So it'll be tough for them to get back. I think that Fob will start out strong, and I think they'll hold a lead. They'll do a better job of holding the lead than they did against Showtime tonight.
What's your definition of can shoot?
Over 33%.
So 34% three-point shooter can shoot.
No, 33% is 50% from the field. Right?
What?
Adjusted field goal percentage.
Okay.
So if you make a three, this is a lesson for everybody. If you make a three at 33%, that is the equivalent of shooting 50% from the field.
Okay.
Because if you make, do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm listening. I'm learning.
So,
You just add 17 percentage points.
well, a three is worth more than a two.
Now I see what you're saying. Yes.
Okay. So doing the math, that's what it comes out to be, unless I'm confusing myself. But
No, you're right.
okay. So if you shoot 33%, I consider you good enough to take
2 threes equals 3 twos
2 threes equals 3 twos.
and 6 free throws
6. Very good. So
and 6 and ones.
No.
Making the and one, just the and one part, just the one.
just the one, making it exactly.
Okay. Well, it's like 11 o'clock now, so when we're rambling. Any other thoughts?
Well, we didn't cover the Showtime game. I thought that was interesting.
Okay, Showtime tonight. They took on the Fob 5, and talk about that game.
Bob 5 were up 20 points at halftime, 41-21. And I think they're up 17 points. They're up 17 points with 10 minutes left. And they won the game. And the biggest turning point was we were up 2 points, turned the ball over. I believe I turned the ball over. John Kraft ran down the court. Paul Ferber flew down the court, pinned his shot against the backboard. And then Dustin threw the ball down to Wiskus for a 2 to make it a 4. It was a 4-point swing, and that kind of changed the game. I think Paul, he might have had 10 blocks in that game. I don't think Fob's defense was very good, and I said it after the game. Fob 5 didn't play great defense. We just let guys go by us, and then Paul erased everything. If we do that against the Red Devils, we'll lose, because if Paul erases it, the Red Devils will get that rebound. So I didn't mention that in the predictions, but it's something to worry about if you're Fob 5.
All right, sir. Well, games are tonight in Fridley. 6:30, we're going to do Gorillas Tropics. 7:30, we will have the Turtles versus the Nets. 8:30, we will be having the Red Devils versus the Fob 5. 9:30, Avengers Broncos. See you in Fridley.